Hey guys, welcome to Let's Vlog About It, episode 17. It's not a very, cheering, upbeat sort of episode, but I'm just here to tell you guys what's been going on, how I feel, and why I feel it, and just to put it out there. I'm not trying to garner any sympathy or make anyone feel guilty. I'm just here to talk. The week before last and this week, with the exception of this video, I haven't released anything, and there's been several reasons for it. One of the reasons for this is because my computer is really starting to piss me off. I try to edit videos, and ever since I started recording in 720 with the game footage, it's been extremely laggy in the editing to the point that it's really making me mad. To the point that the frame rate drops so bad that the sound is 2 seconds ahead of what's going on. I have to pause it and keep it going. If I go into Task Manager and go to the CPU, it goes up to 100%, which really makes it hard to edit, especially longer videos like that. I have to do even a 20-minute video that I just have to edit down to about 10 minutes or something like that. It still takes 2 hours now. That, and when I get home from work, I'm just overly exhausted. I mean, by the time I get home and I've eaten, I still do 10 to 12 hour shifts at my job daily, and it's really taking a toll on me. They don't care. They don't care at all how much I work and how exhausted I am. They really could give a shit. It's all about the product, and we're understaffed, and that's why we're on such long hours, and they really don't care. They figure, I asked one time if they could move me down to 8-hour shifts just for a little while, just so I can get some rest and get my bearings, and they basically said, I think McDonald's is hiring. I mean, I work long hours. I have a supervisor that is literally out to get me. He constantly harasses me. He constantly gets very, personal and very mean about what he says, and I can't say anything back, or else he'll slap me with insubordination, and that would be it. I have reported him to, higher-ups, and since he says this stuff with no one around, he just basically denies it, and since he's a supervisor, it's his word against mine, and his word holds harder, so if he says I don't say that stuff, they have no choice but to believe him, so he gets away with it. That's besides the point. The point is that I haven't been too motivated to make any videos, and when I do, it takes me forever to edit them. You guys are seeing this on the 28th of April, and 29th of April is a very depressing day for me because it is my birthday, and it has been, I get more and more depressed every year. First of all, ever since I was 20, I've only had a very small handful of birthdays that were actually any good. Most of them were crappy. Most of them I spent alone until I met my girlfriend. I'm going to be 30, and it's just, I look back on this decade, and I just am, very disappointed in myself. You know what I mean? I haven't done anything. I haven't achieved anything great. I'm just, I fathered 2 great children who have a bright future ahead of them, and they're going to do great things. But as of me personally, I haven't done nothing. I get depressed. My family does something for me, except for it was either last year or the year before, right before my birthday, my mom called me and she just picked a fight. She just picked a fight about something. I can't remember what it was about. She argued, she yelled at me. And then the next day I was so depressed that, I didn't go over to the house. And she called and she's like, hey, we're throwing you a birthday party. Aren't you coming? And I was like, no. Why would you pick a fight with me, and put me in this mood? No, I'm not even leaving the house. I get very depressed about my birthday. It's just, the one thing I would want the most is my friends to come by and to just hang out with me for the day, just have a small little get-together just to celebrate my birthday. And the problem with that is that they're all working or they have something else to do. And, so some people would say something along the lines of, well, make it a night party, you know what I mean? Wait till they're done with what they have to do, wait till they're done with work. But the problem is, another thing too, is that none of my friends, none of them drive at all. It's either a matter of can't or won't, you know what I mean? But the point is that, every time I've ever wanted to hang out with them, I've had to make several trips to get them to where I am, and then several trips to get them all home because none of them drive. Some of them, like I said, some of them can. They have physical, like, reasons. Like my friend Donnie, he is blind in one eye. He'll never pass his driver test like that and whatnot. And other people, it's just a matter of, I don't have a car, so why get a license? I'm going to be 30, and I just, I had such high hopes and dreams for myself when I was 20. And I figured, by around this time, I would have done something to make me known, to leave a legacy. Legacy from myself, a legacy from my kids. Nothing. I work at the same job where I won't get promoted, where I'm harassed daily by my supervisor. I come home, I cook, I play with the kids, they go to bed. I do a YouTube channel that I've been doing for almost 2 years, and I haven't even broke 100 subs. And I know subs don't matter. I know the people I have I value a lot, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like it's laughable. I mean, like I said a while ago, there were just people that do it for like 6 months and they break 1,000. And then people that try hard and they do their content like me and like not even 100. Also a very depressing day because it marks 11 years since I've spoken to my biological father. Everything was fine. My parents divorced when I was really young, like 8 or 9 years old. I really can't remember. My dad was always fun, and he is very heavily influential of me being a geek. He was a big geek himself. He loved Star Trek. He loved comic books just as much as I did. And then one day he met a woman who wanted to change me. She didn't like who I was. She didn't like the fact that I was a geek. I mean, I am who I am, and I still am that person, you know what I mean? But to her, it was annoying, and it was stupid, and she did everything she could to change me. She wanted me to be a good little boy that goes to church and behaves and doesn't speak unless spoken to and just doesn't have much of a personality. And I wouldn't have that. I didn't want to be like that. You can't tell somebody not to be themselves because you're supposed to tell them the opposite. But she didn't like who I was, and she wanted to change me, and she wanted me to be someone different, to get a job, and give her all my money because she's a hypochondriac with no health insurance, so, her medical bills go through the roof. So she told me, come live with us and get a job and give us your money. We'll give you some if you need shampoo or something, literally, exact words. I told her no. I told her, no, I'm not going to not be who I am, and I'm going to be me, and she's just going to have to get used to it. And if she can't, well, that's her problem. And she got really upset and angry. And next thing I know, my dad's bringing me home after a visitation and tells me that I'm not allowed on their property anymore by her call because, I am not the person she wants around. And unfortunately, she threw him an ultimatum saying, like, well, you can't see them anymore or I'm leaving you. And he chose her. It's been 11 years since that day, and, my kids don't know their biological grandfather on my side. So that'll be it. You guys can wish me a happy birthday tomorrow if you want. I'd like it, but, I don't really, not a lot of people take the time to do that. Some people send, like, happy birthday on my Facebook, or they text me, or happy B-day if I'm taking up too much of their time. I don't know, it's just been depressing me really bad, and that's another reason I haven't really recorded anything or had the will to edit. I'm just exhausted, and I've been depressed, but hopefully after Friday that depression will go away, because my birthday will be done, it'll be over with, Band-Aids ripped off, I'm 30, woo-hoo-hoo, which is like 16 YouTube years. I have several videos, though, that can be edited and go up. A couple Call of Duties, Worms with me and Donnie, which I know 4 people are going to want to watch. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later. I will. Promise.
Okay, Daddy. Thank you. Okay, Mom. Okay, baby, it's your turn. Cheese, babe. Cheese. Together. Together.